as I could find. My hope is to focus this range of data and opinion into a coherent presentation for organizational decision-makers facing the challenges of managing across the digital age gap in a fast-changing world. I'm certainly grateful to Microsoft for nominating me to write this title in the series. Microsoft's philosophy of putting people at the center of technology represents a genuinely affirmative approach in a world where business often appears eager to reduce people to the role of interchangeable parts and low-cost commodities. But the goal of this book is not to sell the benefits of Microsoft software or the virtues of Microsoft as a company. You will find in these pages nary a mention of Microsoft technology or that of any other vendor. This is not a book about IT. It's a book about people, generations, and the transformative impact of new ways of communicating, collaborating, and managing information. Whether the technology emanates from Microsoft, Oracle, Google, or an open source community, its impact on people, organizations, and societies poses the same potential challenges and opportunities. I hope that Generation Blend provides some useful perspectives for organizational leaders who are grappling with these issues. At the very least, it was my honor and privilege to give voice to the various people of all ages who contributed their insights and their time. Because, in the end, those authentic voices remind us that the technology exists to serve us and our needs. When we forget that, in the rush for economic advantage, we have forgotten something very important about being human. Rob Salkowitz, Seattle, Washington, February 2008. Chapter 1. Introduction. The themes of age and technology are as familiar as the stock characters in a TV sitcom. There's the precocious, computer-savvy kid who can run rings around her elders, the skeptical old curmudgeon who is prone to saying, "Back in my day," and the know-it-all young IT professional, burdened with supporting an office full of people who don't know a computer from a toaster oven. These stereotypes pervade our culture and influence our thinking about age, technology, and change. Like all stereotypes, they contain a kernel of truth. And like all stereotypes, they can be deeply damaging if taken seriously as the basis for decisions affecting individuals or organizations. This book is intended to help decision-makers within organizations get beyond the stereotypes and better understand the relationship between generations and technology, where the differences in attitudes lie, and where they come from, what they mean, and how the digital age gap can be bridged. It's also a book about what happens next. Organizations derive their unique value from people. The living culture of the workplace is shaped not by impersonal economic forces, but by the values of the people who participate in it. Today, management and leadership positions are overwhelmingly filled by members of a demographic cohort whose attitudes toward computers and technology, the essential tools of today's economy, were formed mostly in adulthood. Over the next 10 to 15 years, their roles will change, their influence will recede, and the next wave of leadership will be drawn from generations with remarkably different approaches to technology and workplace culture. Managing that transition in ways that empower rising workers without sacrificing the accumulated knowledge and wisdom of the veteran contributors is one of the crucial challenges facing businesses, governments, and society. Organizations will either find ways to blend the generations in harmony or else face conflicts that threaten cultural continuity and productivity. This issue is critically important as we move into the second decade of the 21st century. Because of the birth dearth of the 1960s and 1970s, most developed economies face gaps in the number of workers heading into the prime years of their careers. To sustain current levels of economic output, employers will need to rely on higher levels of workforce participation from older people, effective recruitment and retention of younger workers, and higher levels of productivity.